Hey guys, welcome back. Just wanted to make a quick video and share this with you. Maybe you don't know because I didn't, but that's not saying much because I don't know a lot about this stuff. But I was working on this 36 here, and I was doing some filling, so around where the rumble seat would have been, the roof here, the hood, and some other places. I was using Bondo. I assumed that that's what everybody was using. I saw it on other people's YouTube channels, and I would see it looked like Bondo. It looked like they used red hardener for their Bondo. Bondo's hard to sand. It's not hard to sand, but it's harder to sand than this stuff. So I was talking to some friends. I got the last video on this. I asked for some suggestions, and you guys were talking about glazing putty, and I got some. My friend George Oppenheim said this is the one that he uses, and it's actually I bought two, but just Bondo and glazing and spot putty. Doesn't take hardener or anything. It just air dry, much like the Tamiya filler that they sell. Actually, I have some of that somewhere over there. Let's see, it's right here. Well, I have two different ones actually, and I don't know why I didn't try this stuff first. So we got the Tamiya. That just dries, like air dries. And then I also have Mr. Hobby white putty. So this probably would be somewhat of the same thing. This stuff here is amazing. You just squish it out. At first, when you squish it, there's going to be a lot of liquid that comes out of it. It's because it's hard to mix. It's in a tube. You really can't mix it. You just have to kind of squeeze out some until you get the cream starts to come out. And I put it on too heavy, and I did notice one thing. If you do put it on too heavy, see how I got that crack right there? But I'm just learning, you know. Yeah, it looks awful. Looks god awful. But anyway, that will sand right off. The stuff sands so easy. And that's what I was told. It was like George said, man, Matthew, this stuff sands really, really easy. And it does. It doesn't have a chemical curing like a Bondo would when you add the catalyst. So it's not going to harden up maybe as quick as that. But the next day this is the next day. And I came out here this morning and started sanding. I had this stuff laid on there thick too, way thicker than I probably should have. Just started sanding. It was like butter, man. The sanding files would just go through it just so nice. And without primer on it, it's probably terrible, but it's way better for like these seams here, or my body lines where I was working on that. It doesn't look very good. I think it probably looks better than you think it does, though. I've been really eyeballing it down the side and running your finger over it and all that stuff. It's going to take some primer and a few more times. But if you had to put Bondo in those cracks, you would have played the devil trying to get it to sanded back out of them, I would believe, with just these little model sanding sticks and things like that. But this stuff, man, let me tell you, it's wonderful. It's an absolute game changer for me. One reason I didn't particularly ever like to do any body works because it's tough, especially if you're using Bondo. If you mix it too much or too much hardener, it's going to harden on you too fast, and then you're not going to get it. It's not going to be nice and smooth. It's kind of thick. And this stuff is nice and thin. And I apply it with these little, I bought a bag of these things. They're just little like little putty knives, but just miniature. They're pretty, they're plastic, and they're not super flexible, but they are flexible enough, and they're kind of flat. So that's what I did there. I have applied some to the front here. I haven't gone back and sanded that. And I'm looking at them like, oh no, it drawed up on me. So I'm adding it too thick. This side was okay. And I'll probably just take a piece of sandpaper on my finger or something like that. Just go back and forth. But man, I'm telling you, it just comes off, it just sands so nice. This side is, that looks like god awful right there. What was I thinking? What in the world? Why did I stop? I think some of it did draw up though. That bottom crack, I think it's where it draw. Anyway, no problem. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I suppose I have used this a time or two. I don't remember what it was on or how it turned out, but it would be just like a little dimple or something like that. And I don't think I've even used the Mr. Hobby yet. So I'm sure those are good alternatives. But this I got this at Ace Hardware. I live right down the road from an Ace Hardware, hanging right on the shelf in the automotive at Ace Hardware. $10. It was like $9.99. It's dang a heck of a lot bigger than that one, I'll tell you. As far as its weight, 4.5 ounces. I bet this is 32 grams. I ain't trying to steal no business from Tamiya, or I ain't got no skin in the game at all, but I'm telling you, that worked good. So yeah, just a quick update, working on this thing, and thinking that it's going to turn out looking pretty darn good. I'm excited. But yeah, stuff so smooth, which I've gone over it with 1000. I knocked it all down with 220. I didn't try to get onto the plastic, just knocked down the high spots with 220. And then I went to 600. I'm sorry, 400, then 600, and then I've hit it with 1000. Gosh, it's nice and smooth. But until I get some primer, more than likely that's a high spot still right here. Because I mean the roof didn't have a hole in it. Oh yeah, I can kind of feel a place right there. So I'll do some more sanding before I shoot primer. But yeah, man, game changer for me for sure. So thanks to all the comments. I'm trying to, did you see that body line? Which it just looks terrible like that. But honestly, it's so smooth. And I think once I get some primer on there, I'll probably say, oh my gosh, that's still terrible. But yeah. All right, well, that's it for this one. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for, seriously, the comments can be somewhat abrasive every once in a while. No pun intended. Abrasive. Yeah, you got to have an abrasive material to get that glazing putty off. But anyway, yeah, so criticisms, comments, sometimes you have to take it with a grain of salt, but then really, sometimes when you really need to know something, you guys are great. And I'll tell you what I'll do real fast. Since you're here, and I wasn't planning on doing this, but I'll take this hood real fast and kind of show you how easy it will sand. Makes a heck of a bunch of dust though. This is 400. And I know with like round corners and stuff, you'll have a major flat spot if you don't kind of work it that shape. And I just take the file and just, because it just fills up, I just rub it on my pants. Comes right off. Then go outside with the air compressor and blow off my pants. I'll have to put more on this one. I'm just showing you how easy it sands. But yeah, man, if that was Bondo, you're sitting there getting with it, because it's gonna take a minute to get it down. But you can see just how easy that sands. I mean, and it sands so easy you could like have to redo everything because you're going to sand right through. For instance, I should have, and I was told I'd already had Bondo piled in there. That little part on the front of the hood there, I filled because it used to have a hood ornament, and I just wanted to fill it. And I should have used styrene to go in there, because when you fill it with filler like this, and you're going to town across it like that, right? Well, that filler is going to be softer than that plastic. And what'll happen is you'll although you're trying to do a round movement, you're gonna dig into that more easier, and so you can cause some, you'll have to redo it. But I didn't already have the styrene in there. I already had the Bondo, so I said, well, heck it, and I'll just I'll be easy. But anyway, yep, that's it, man. Super smooth. That's with 400, and you can just work that out, and like I'm telling you guys, anything you don't know. But if you didn't know, like I say, I think this is a great alternative to Bondo for sure. I did get the back looking awful good here. This roll pan, I had to do some filling of some, there were some bumper notches or something back there. And I'm getting excited about this thing. I'm just like, man, I want this to be the coolest looking thing I've built. So that's going to be nice. Yeah, it's going to be great. All right, anyway, golly, what a short video. Can I find something else to talk about? No, and also when I'm putting the putty on, it does, if it's really thin on your blade or whatever, it will kind of start to dry. I just I have this paper towel here, and I just take it and just rub it right off, clean it, just scoop me up some more, and I just use this little thank you card to put it on. But yeah, man, good stuff. You ain't got to mix no hardener in it. That's the thing about it. Bondo, you got to mix, get it right. Oh man, I got too much hardener. It's going to harden up in 3 seconds, or I didn't get enough hardener, and it's not going to harden up. This stuff, you ain't got to worry about it. The air does its job. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I'm getting with it. Got to get some more done on the coupe or the 32 Ford that I'm starting. Going to do that box art car. And yeah, man, good deal. Hey, as always, guys, don't forget to go check it out, hobbynutmodels.com. Go check out, see what Mark's got over there to offer, and go grab yourself some cool stuff. And while you're over there, when you leave there, go check out mcvproducts.net. Oh, let me show you. Matter of fact, I wasn't planning on this. I promise. I got another little tractor. This one's cool. So I had a guy say, "You going to do any mini tractors?" So I said, "Yeah." So there you go. That one's on there now. It's the mini modified tractor. So that one is on there. And there are some other really cool stuff, tractors and things that I got to get on there. They are just awesome. And yeah, man, that's cool as can be right there. So you ever seen these go? These guys are like bull riders right here, because when these little things get going, they pull a smaller sled. They're not pulling the full size sled, and they're just so overpowered. I mean, you got I don't know, 2,500 horse blown Hemi on the front of that thing, but they get so squirrely now. And you see these guys just waxing their heads on the or their helmets on the roll bars. Yeah, it's like, those guys are fearless, because it seems like every run you watch, they're rough, man. They're rough, but they are cool little things. I've never got to see one of these in person run. I've only seen two-wheel drive modifieds, which would have basically the same engine, two-wheel drive trucks and cars and stuff like that. But I've never seen like a multi-engine tractor or anything like that. I've seen super stocks and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, go check it out, mcvproducts.net. This one's on there, and got the 12th scale back half. I've got a set of 12th scale Pro Street tires and wheels. Working on more of those. I'm trying to get the 12th scale supercharged Chevy engine also. So just keep looking at the website, and hopefully pretty soon they'll be on there. All right, guys. Hey, take care. See you later. And thanks for the great recommendations right there. I appreciate you guys. Take care.